Venus lovers, soul tribe, friends, and family. Wow. The title of this presentation is I Get High with a Little Help from My Friends. For those of you that don't know the Beatles, that is a Beatles song. You should listen to it. It's wonderful. And it just really sums up the energy of Venus through Aquarius. I know it's been a while since I've done a video, but I think that myself and all of you and us collectively have gone through what I like to call Hell Week. The last couple of days and week or so have been very intense. A lot of us going through some profound transformations, changes in perspectives, just new things that may or may not be good, are ultimately good for us in the long run, but are just sometimes rough to get through. So I'm with you all. And I hope that this transit shows you that what's coming has been all worth it. It really has. We're going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. What we're going to do in this video is basically review the last week or so of Venus through Capricorn, what that energy sort of ultimately ended up feeling like. And then I'm going to dive into Aquarius energy. We're going to talk about the star Fomalhaut a little bit and dive into what Venus energy is in Aquarius. Okay. So this is a very interesting transit through Aquarius for Venus and also through Pisces. What you're going to see is that there aren't a lot of harsh aspects, at least in the sky in general. And when we look at eclipses, they tend to lift the veil for us. So during this transit through Aquarius, there's going to be a lunar eclipse, a penumbral eclipse. Basically, what that means is that the Earth is not going to completely shadow the moon, but there's going to be some shading to it. So it'll be a darker full moon. And as Venus enters Aquarius, the moon's going to go with her. So we're going to have two divine feminine energies just sort of moving through the sign of friendship and collaboration. So in general, the Aquarius energy is about friends. It's about your collective. It's about your soul tribe. It's about us, you and me working together. So let's just dive right into it before we get to there's a lot to go over. So if I'm a little bit off today, that is why. Let's just go into that last transit. So here's February. So if you guys don't already know why I call it Hell Week, just take a look at this. You know, Venus and Mars are just now completing their conjunction in Capricorn. They were both square to Jupiter. Um, we also had them, Mercury, Sun, and Saturn conjunct in Aquarius. And then now we're right in the middle of the separating Venus and Mars square to Uranus. Venus is also sextiling the north node and trining the south node. So wow, that full moon, I called it a release because there was a big burst of energy, and then there was a huge amount of fallout after that time. Personally, for me, I just was overwhelmed with work. I had to do 4 24-hour shifts within an 8-day period. And so hence my absence from YouTube. Um, developing these videos and coming up with the energies for you guys takes some solitude. And when my phone's ringing every 5 minutes, it's extremely difficult. So that's February. That's what we've just went through this week right here. But look at this. Look at March, you guys. Ah, doesn't that just make you feel better? So, over this past weekend, these energies are waning off. Mercury's moving into Pisces. Venus is moving into Aquarius. There's a new moon that weekend as well when Venus first enters uh, Aquarius. The sun moves into Pisces. We basically just have some minor aspects of the moon to Venus. So we'll talk about those. We'll go in those into those in great depth. And then the big transit of this particular energy is going to be Venus conjunct Saturn. Okay. A lot of people get a little scared when they hear about Saturn energy, but we just recently went through a Saturn class and I taught the group how to use Saturn. Saturn goes from one extreme to the other, kind of being thrown from one extreme blindly until all of a sudden there's an aha moment and we meet in the middle and there's mastery. But it's nothing to be really afraid of, right? So you don't know where the middle is. You don't know where mastery is unless you've hit one end and then you've hit the other end. Then you're like, okay, I know where that happy medium is. And so we're going to dive deep into that energy. And then towards the end, Venus sextiles on Jupiter. We've got the spring equinox coming. We've got the full moon in Virgo, lunar eclipse. And then Venus will move into Pisces at the end of the month. And then I will give you a sneak peek. We're going to look at the total solar eclipse chart, and you guys will see what I'm talking about, how there's a lifting of the veil, there's a clean slate, there's a new moon, a new cycle. And I want to get you guys ready for this because it's a very unique opportunity to bring in to your creation, into your world, into your crystallized manifested reality, the things that really matter to you. So let me show you in the sky what this energy is going to look like as well, because you know I love space, and we're doing constellational astrology here. So while I truly value the knowledge of the tropical astrologers, we're just not in that seasonal fixed energy anymore. We're more of a species that's looking towards the cosmos. And here it is. This is the cosmos right above us. And I've set the time to be March 8th, which is around noon, my time, which is when Venus moves from Capricorn into Aquarius. She's releasing the conjunction with Mars, moving into this collective space of soul tribe energy, of collaborative energy, of friend energy. An unattached Venus, but still a wonderful friendship energy. So let's watch as this happens. You can see the sun will also move into Pisces, and Saturn will be right here fixed in Aquarius. So watch this. Oh, and the star Fomalhaut, you guys, is right here. We're going to talk about that star. Let me move in a little bit. We might, yeah, there it is, Fomalhaut. So this is one of the 4 stars of the Watchers. And we're going to talk about that energy as well, because Venus and Saturn are pretty much conjunct that star right now, or as they move through. So here we go. There's that new moon that's approaching on the 10th. And as the days move on, you can see Venus moving through Aquarius, getting closer and closer to Saturn. Crossing over Fomalhaut. And then on the 27th, Venus moves into the stars of Pisces. This is the full moon right here on the 25th. We're going to look at that chart as well. And then here's when she transits into that. And then in a week or two after that, oh, it's eclipse time. So very exciting, very exciting. Let me show you on a chart what that looks like as well. We're going to go into Capricorn Prometheus right here. We're going to animate this chart so you guys can see all the aspects. Watch Venus right here. She moves through Aquarius. Conjunct the star Fomalhaut. Getting into the orb of Saturn as Mars moves into Aquarius, the sun moves into Pisces, conjunct Neptune. And there you have it. Do you see how few aspects there are compared to the last month? How intense that was? February is a short month, but damn, it felt like the longest month ever to me. We're just going to keep going into April. And then I'm going to stop it at the eclipse, and we're going to take a peek at what that looks like later. So stay tuned for that. All right, you guys. Let me get out of this. Let's get into the transit map, the time grid back once again. Let me just talk to you a little bit about Venus in Aquarius, what that energy is. If you were to look that up on the internet, for example, you say Venus in Aquarius, okay, you're going to get a very superficial energy for Venus, that she loves her friends, that it's sort of friends with benefits energy, that there's not really too much of a deep commitment or a deep attachment with this Venus energy. And that's nice. They'll say it's a great time to throw a party when Venus is in Aquarius. And if you want to throw a party, that's pretty cool. But Venus is so much more than that. She's literally like that divine spark of creation inside of you. I like to call myself a Venus specialist because this is what I do. I watch Venus energy. And if the sun is your most expressive outer self, Venus is where that starts. The urge to express yourself, it starts with Venus. The urge to take action and to enter into an activity, even though that's Martian energy, starts with Venus. The desire to communicate, which is Mercury energy, starts with Venus. The inspiration and the feeling you get when you're truly connected to the divine and you have faith, which is Jupiter, that's Venus energy. The desire to manifest, to create, to crystallize, to work, which is Saturn energy, it comes from Venus energy. So she is here to experience the world through the senses, not just the physical senses, the eyes, the taste, the touch, the sound, the feeling in the body, but also the intuition and the inspiration. So all of that for me is Venus energy. Because when you can truly embody that Venus energy, you guys, you don't really have to work. Work feels good. You love doing what you're doing. You want to do the next thing. And if you want to live your life like that, you want to tap into your Venus energy. And so that's what I'm endeavoring to do. I'm endeavoring to show you that if you can tap into your own Venus energy in your chart, you're going to be able to manifest abundance and flow and joy and prosperity. And that's what I want for you. Okay. So that divine spark, that's Venus. So what is Venus in Aquarius when we're looking at it like that? This is the quickening. You know, it's Uranus energy, it's Aquarius energy, it's 11th house energy, it's the genius of creation. It's perpetually birthing new ideas and allowing new ideas a place to flourish. You're aroused by newness and change. There's a passion for fresh sensation. Venus loves her soul tribe. But when she's blocked in this energy, blocks can manifest unpredictably, right? But it'll be quick. And it's usually brought about by over attachment, right? You're too attached to a thing because in Aquarius energy, it's got to flow. It's got to flow. You look at the thumbnail, there's pouring water, water flows. Even though it's an air sign, air flows. So you can't grab air. You can't really grab water. And so a Venus and Aquarius energy that's unattached is going to truly feel connected to that soul tribe and inspired by new ideas. Also, Venus energy that's trapped. That's where you're going to feel that block. Okay. So let go of things, let go of stuff that isn't serving you. Okay. Sometimes also there's a sense of loneliness, that your creative ideas are too new to be expressed or to fit in with what's actually going on. All right. Now, one of the other things that's happening in Aquarius is the star Fomalhaut. It's in the constellation of Pisces, which is not Pisces, Pisces, which is just under the ecliptic. But because that star is so close to the ecliptic, it's okay to actually take that bright star and aspect it if you want. Trines, oppositions, sextiles, those are okay. Those would be minor energy, but any fixed place on the zodiac, the conjunction's what's important. And also if that energy is on any of the 4 points, either your ascendant, your descendant, your midheaven, or your IC. So this is the star that governs the winter solstice. Fomalhaut has lofty ideals and the kind that believes love will conquer all. So this is so beautiful. So, you know, when you have Venus there, sometimes people are going to fall hopelessly in love. But remember, there's an attachment there that's too deep or unnatural. There's going to be a road ahead of them that's full of obstacles. Like think of Romeo and Juliet. That's a Venus conjunct Fomalhaut that's too attached. But if the heart's pure, then impossible love is won. So this goes for everyday life, right? Like misty-eyed dreamers that are not taken too seriously. This is the energy of Venus with Fomalhaut. Um, so what you'll find is sometimes these Venus conjunct Fomalhaut individuals will be gazing wistfully into the clouds, thinking of possibilities, thinking of what's to come, you know, brand new ideas that no one's ever thought of. The contemporaries of this person will never truly understand the Venus conjunct Fomalhaut. So let's see. Fomalhaut also in charts, just in general, is a star of integrity. And so the nemesis to Fomalhaut is hubris, which is again a manifestation of attachment. So if you literally think you're all that in a bag of chips and you come at people that way, like a savior complex kind of energy, Fomalhaut's road is strewn with strife. All right. So let's just let's just dive into these transits one by one and then stick around till the end because what I'm going to do is go through the houses for you. So if you look at your natal chart and you look at where constellational Aquarius is, which would be tropical Pisces, that's the house. The house, whatever it dwells in your natal chart, is the house that you want to skip to. So there'll be timestamps at the bottom once we do this short transit reading, where you can just go and kind of feel what that energy might feel for you over the next couple of weeks. So we start this off with a Venus moving into Aquarius, Sun moving into a Pisces, and there's that new moon. So this is that new cycle. There's a fresh energy that's coming in this weekend that we can take advantage of. Oh, also, guys, real quick, before I super dive in, is on Saturday the 9th. For those of you that did the basic Venus practicum with me last month, that was awesome. We literally dove into everything Venus from cosmology, mythology, numerology, the houses, the signs, Venus and aspect. We did examples. It was over 2.5 hours long, and we barely scratched the surface. That's just what you basically need to know for reading Venus energy in a more specific and a more spiritual way. If you want to really, really work with Venus, I'm offering an advanced Venus practicum on this Saturday. We're going to go live at 10 a.m. my time, probably going to go another couple of hours. And we're going to talk about Venus cycles. We're going to talk about progressed Venus. We're going to talk about how to do these transits that I do and how to read transits for your clients or for yourself. So if you're interested in doing that with me, you don't have to do the basic Venus practicum if you feel pretty comfortable with Venus energy, but I highly recommend it. So I'm going to leave links below, not only for the basic Venus practicum, but also the advanced Venus practicum. So if you were in that class with me and you want to dive into that live class, then you can do that too. And there's also a bundle. So if you're ready to jump in with both feet, you can get the Venus practicum and then be ready for the live advanced practicum with the bundle and save yourself a little bit of money. But I'll leave those links there. Okay. So now, as Venus enters into Aquarius, the moon is going to travel with her. Okay. So the moon's going to come with Venus into Aquarius. Then she's going to be a new moon as the sun enters Pisces. So we get two new moons in Pisces. And the reason we can do that with constellational astrology is because Pisces is huge. Pisces is like 43, 44 degrees wide. And so you can have two new moons in a season, just like we're about to go through. So you get a second pass with the eclipse. So this will be a practice energy for us, okay? So when the moon's conjunct Venus, this is just a wonderful energy. It's heightened intuition and emotional energy because the moon will be in a balsamic phase, and this is optimism energy. This makes the whole collective happy. If you've ever seen a balsamic moon, it's just a beautiful sight to behold. I even love the waxing moon right as it finishes its new moon cycle. So if you look in the western sky just after sunset, you're going to see this just a sliver of the moon, and it's so incredibly beautiful. So there's a sense of optimism here when we have a balsamic moon. And so today might be the day where you sow the seeds of new connections and new energies, rekindle energies with those that you already know. So it's a wonderful weekend. It's a beautiful weekend to sit with new intentions. It's a beautiful weekend to learn new energy. Let's talk a little bit about Sun and Pisces energy because we've been through Aquarius. The Sun with the Mercury and Saturn, that was tough. We all felt that. That was more of a balancing energy for that wild Leo full moon. So the Sun, if we think of it as the highest expression of our spiritual selves, Pisces is literally the epitome of spirit leaving the body. And it's merging with the Holy Spirit. This is love. This is universal love and oneness. And it shows us that our bodies, in some sense, are a bit of a prison. You know, we long to connect with spirit. We long to connect with others. We long to connect with the oneness and know that we're not alone here. But our job, we chose as sovereign spirits to come here and embody a physical form so that we could sense the world around us. And that's what Venus's job is. to feel the world around us and integrate that feeling into our body and connect it back to spirit. All right. So this is guided energy. When the sun's through Pisces, we're allowed to flow and just sort of let things happen. There's also a heightened intuition, but a heightened sensitivity too. So a lot of times when we feel trapped in our bodies, we're going to be very triggered. We're going to want to escape, and that's okay. That's Pisces energy. Do that. Do that if it feels good, but don't do it as a way to escape. Like don't escape. Do it because it's what the body needs to do at that time. Feel into your body at this time. Not a lot of transits this coming week, right? Not a lot of things going on with Venus, even in the regular sky. There's like a sextile to Neptune and Pluto, and that's about it. And that's just embodying the metamorphosis and accepting the change. And it's an opportunity to truly transform. But a couple days after the new moon, the Aries waxing moon is going to sextile on Venus. This is a swelling, fiery moon. And it's opportunity to feel into the fires of creation. This could manifest physically as heightened arousal. It could manifest spiritually as a flash of inspiration. Because remember, Venus is in Aquarius, so there's a quickening here. So it might be like a, whoa, okay, I get it. I get it. I need this, right? A couple days later, the moon is a little bit more swollen, but this time it's in Taurus, and this is Venus's house, but it's a square. And so you're going to be asked to take action here. Even though Taurus is wonderful energy, this is a need for that creative, sensual energy to be grounded in the physical. So that Pisces energy is going to be pulling you out of your body, but Taurus is going to say, nope, you have to stay here in the physical. Venus is channeling physical energy to spirit. That's her purpose. That's what she's doing today. Feel it in the body and give it to spirit, okay? This is when the conjunction to Saturn begins for Venus. It's going to start building right around the weekend of the 15th, 16th, and 17th. And we'll get into that in a second. But Saturday the 17th, a waxing Gemini moon is going to trine on Venus. This is the moon that makes us very, very inquisitive. Right? You're receptive to receiving knowledge and information. You're open to learning something new. So harness that energy. It'll feel like a flow. It'll be like, wow, okay, this energy feels good. I'm going to move into this. Excuse me. I'm going to learn. I'm going to reprogram what I thought was correct and really tap into this energy. So open up that thinking mind to your creative process and let that energy just unfold in your thinking brain. Now let's talk about Venus conjunct Saturn. This energy is very familiar to me, you guys. I have Saturn actually and Venus conjunct in Gemini, and so this energy, I've felt the full spectrum of Saturn from one extreme to the other in my relationship energy, in my creative energy, and so this is going to be a very familiar energy for me. And so I'll give you sort of my personal download of this. This is going to last for about 2 weeks, with the peak of it being around the 20th or the 21st. This will give your creation energy a sense of stability. And you might have been feeling out of sorts that first half of March, but now you can really ground it. You can take that Aquarian energy and bring it into a stable and lasting manifestation. Venus tends to make those Saturn lessons a little bit softer, a little bit more feeling, a little bit more sensual. It's a lot less painful for your creation energy to go through these Saturn transformations. So for me, the way I look at it is, wow, that was a lesson. I don't regret a single moment, a single thing that I've learned through hardship, because I see the results of that. And that may be just through age and wisdom, you know. If any of you struggle with Saturn energy, know that when a Saturn lesson comes at you, it is for your highest good. Saturn wants you to be enlightened. He wants you to learn those lessons. He wants you to master his energy. Because once you master Saturn energy, you can manifest in this world. It is literally heaven on earth. You can create heaven on earth with mastered Saturn energy. I'm not saying I'm a Saturn master, not yet. I haven't even hit my second Saturn return yet, and I'm hoping that from my second Saturn return to my third, I will become the master that Saturn wants me to be. So so yeah, thank your lucky stars for the lessons that Saturn gives you through this. This could be a time to reflect. In Aquarius, this could be a time to express it to your soul tribe, and it all depends on what house this energy is transiting through. So I highly encourage you to take a timestamp and jump to whatever house Aquarius is in for you in your natal chart. Also, if y'all didn't take that Saturn class and you want to learn more about Saturn lessons, if you want to be less fearful of Saturn lessons, I highly encourage you do that. You don't have to do the live classes with me. Once we record our classes, they are set up in the course modules. I break them up into smaller modules so that they're easily digestible. So I will leave a link for that in the description below for you guys if you want to check it out. All right. Now, there is a second transit with Jupiter during this Venus through Aquarius. Venus is going to sextile on Jupiter. Now, Saturn and Jupiter are basically completing their sextile. This was a long transit. I don't know about you guys, but I felt like time was moving very slowly, which was nice because I was able to do a lot more things than I could normally do. But now things are starting to quicken. So you're starting to feel excuse me, let me take a sip here. You may be starting to feel a quickening as the days march on here through the transit through Aquarius. So as Venus sextiles Jupiter and Jupiter is getting closer and closer to Uranus, these few days are going to be an opportunity to expand our creative energy in ways we didn't even think possible. We're literally going to realize how powerful we really are and how we can truly embody opportunities to expand in ways that we maybe think that we shouldn't. You know, we're going to have to literally open our mind because that Uranus energy is so incredibly close. And the best thing that you want to do is just check in with your authenticity, check in with your true self. This is an opportunity to check in with the heart and to expand into something that is truly, truly us. It's truly, truly magnificent. In the middle of this sextile, we're going to have a Leo moon opposing Venus. Oh, those Leo moons. That is my soft spot. That's my weak spot. If you want to mess with me, just be mean to me on a Leo moon, and I'm gonna lose my cool. So Leo moons are emotional. They're fiery moons. And for me, the way I experience them is it's like, why is this happening to me? And that's what happened to me literally right after that new moon we had, that last Leo full moon we had. I mean, just the stuff that was going on. I don't want to get into the gory details because it's over, it's done with. I don't like to dwell in the past, but I was just full of rage and anger. It's like I just felt like it's just so trapped and so stuck. And I wanted to like burst like a volcano and just destroy everything. But with Aquarius energy with Venus, this might be cool. This might be a cool energy, a detached energy. And I am literally going to try to tap into that. I'm going to try to just let that go on that moon opposed Venus on that weekend. So, so yeah, that's that. So yeah, that emotional fiery energy, just try to balance that with that cool friends with benefits energy that Venus is sitting there with. And then you guys, the first eclipse of the eclipse season, this moon's going to be in constellational Virgo. Tropical astrology, I think they put it in Libra. This is going to be a shadowy eclipse, a lunar eclipse. So it's not a full total lunar eclipse, but a shadowy penumbral eclipse. And what is this going to feel like? Well, I'm going to give you a sneak peek into that really quickly. I wanted to show you all that energy. Oops, we're in the right spot. Let's see. Here it is. Is this it? There it is. So that's the full moon coming up at the end of this transit. Do you see how everything is just sort of piled on one side of the sky? It's going to get worse on the total eclipse of the sun. So here you have it. This is our opportunity for our final. This is your last opportunity to release all that's been holding you back, to release all that is draining you, so that you can be ready for that new moon, that new total solar eclipse. It's happening in Pisces in the sign of universal love and oneness. A few days later, Venus is going to jump in here, and Saturn and Mars are going to be conjunct. Jupiter and Uranus are going to be conjunct, and then everything else in Pisces. So that's your energy, guys. This is that balance. This is that opportunity to release all that's holding us back. Let's pop back into this and talk about this final transit that's going to carry us into Pisces. And this is Venus sextile to Uranus. So this is an opportunity to change something really quickly. This is like literally after that full moon. This is your last chance. Let it go. You can probably sense that your freedom, that your ability to break out, do what you got to do, is almost there. It's right around the corner. Okay. So use this energy. You don't have to break things. With Venus energy, you don't have to do anything. You effortlessly manifest because it comes from that divine light inside you and ripples outward and changes your reality, and the things that you need to create come into your sphere. Okay? So let me show you that solar eclipse, because this is what we're going to talk about on the next set of transits. This is it right here, April 8th. Do you see how few transits there are? I mean, if I took out aspecting with the galactic center, there really wouldn't be much. It'd be a Mars, Saturn quincunx, the south node, and a Pluto sextile to Venus. And that's it. That's it, you guys. So a reset, a huge reset in the scope of Pisces, which is love, oneness, subconscious, the hyperconscious, our dreams. The veil will be lifted here. We'll be able to truly see. And this is really going to be incredible energy. And honestly, I can't tell you how it's going to manifest for you specifically unless I can see your natal chart. So I am doing eclipse readings. I'm going to take you guys with your natal energy through the eclipse. If you so choose to engage me with that service, I will leave a link for that below. That's on sale for a little bit. If you already work with me, just email me or reach out to me through Facebook so that I can give you an additional discount. Because if you've already worked with me and I've already done your chart, I don't have to do that part. I can just take you through the transits, okay? So stick around, first house people with Aquarius in your first house, because we're going to dive right into these houses. And then if you have later houses, you can go ahead and jump to the timestamps. Remember, join the Fellowship of 13 Sign Astrology. If you're just now realizing that tropical astrology may or may not resonate with you because you're seeing that where things are in the actual sky, join us on the fellowship. I'll leave a link to that below as well. You can follow me on Facebook. We're here for you. We have a whole community of people that are looking at this energy as it truly is in the sky. So we're here to help you. We're here to help each other. So join us, okay? All right, let me stop sharing my screen. Let me take a quick sip of water. Let me grab my notes so that I can read to you this eclipse energy. Not eclipse energy. Sorry, guys. I'm just in eclipse mode here. Let's read Venus and Saturn through your houses in Aquarius and tropicals, in constellational astrology, and in Pisces and tropical. So first house, house of the self, of the I am. This energy is on your ascendant, guys. So it will affect how you express yourself outwardly to the world. With Saturn there transiting through your first house, this is a longer transit. So you may have been feeling somewhat inhibited as this transit has started. Or you may have been feeling stuck, somewhat stiff, somewhat uncomfortable. But as Venus moves in there, oh, her sweet, soothing energy, it just fills up this space. You're going to be feeling a thawing out. You're going to be wanting to put yourself out there, and you're going to be able to see a clear path forward in order to express yourself in a new way, in a sensual way, in a way that's stable and solid. Second house, the house of values and security. While Saturn's moving through your second house, there may be a feeling of insecurity, instability. The ground is shaky that you're standing on, or you might be giving way too much. And why would you do this? Don't give away yourself. As Venus moves through Saturn and conjuncts Saturn, there's a new energy of equilibrium, a new energy of stability and confidence, so that the things that you took for granted, you now have a new appreciation for. The things that have been actually helping you that you haven't seen, you see them now, you feel into them now, and you can truly understand what's valuable to you. Work on your self-worth here. You are an absolutely valuable gift to the world. Know that. Third house, the house of knowledge acquisition in your local community. As Saturn moves to your third house for the past little while, you may have been feeling stuck in your ability to express yourself. And you may feel like that what you want to express doesn't matter, that what you're truly thinking isn't important. But as Venus moves through this space, her loving energy just takes you through a new sense of eloquence and an ability to transmit that knowledge that's in your mind because it's truly valuable. The downloads that you get from spirit through Aquarius energy, through your community, this is your soul tribe. Reach out to others and begin a creative collaboration. And be sure that the words you're speaking and how you're communicating truly come from an authentic place. The fourth house, the house of your family, the house of your soul, and the house of your feelings. Saturn transiting through this energy can actually make you feel quite lonely, perhaps a little bit cold, a little bit unwanted. But as Venus moves through this space, there's a new sense of love for the self. You may become more comfortable in your own space, and you may be feeling that this is exactly what you need in order to begin creating and developing an inner sense of security. You don't need anyone at all. All you need is that power within your soul and that true connection to the divine deep inside your heart. Fifth house, the house of joy, the house of expression. Ugh, Saturn moving through this space just makes you feel put out or encumbered when you need to express yourself. You might even be a little stage fright. You might not feel like you can express yourself, like there's a fear there. Oh, but Venus to the rescue. This is a stable love. This is a joy of expression, the love of joy. The energy of Aquarius, Venus, and Saturn will enable you to receive adoration and love that you truly deserve from your soul tribe, that you truly deserve from your spirit family. And from that energy, you are truly willing to be happy and grateful for that attention. Sixth house, the house of service and the house of health. Saturn moving through this house may highlight health issues for you. It may highlight issues in your work and duty. You might feel stuck in the work that you have to do, even stuck in your own body. But your job as Venus moves through this house is to sense how beautiful this energy is, to serve with gratitude and grace. It may also bring an ease to some health problems that you're feeling, giving you a new inspiration and a new excitement for your calling, for that which you do best, and an excitement to literally change the things that don't work for you and to move forward. So don't feel put out unless you want to be. The seventh house, the house of relationships, the house of commitment. Saturn moving through your seventh house will literally show you that what you don't like about others is exactly what you don't like about yourself. It gives you an opportunity to work on those things. But it also shows you that what you love about others is what you truly love about yourself, and that what you should love about yourself. So as Venus moves through this energy, there's going to be an opportunity to cultivate and create that wonderful friendship with others and with yourself, and to know that you are truly worthy of love, adoration, and happiness. So trust that other self to show you who you really are and to show you that you're truly worthy of love. The 8th house, the house of transformation, the house of depth. Saturn moving through this house can bring an intense state of fear and change, a grief, a loss. Too much attachment in this space will leave you feeling robbed and empty and alone. So as Venus moves through this space, all of a sudden, a magic is there, a powerful, beautiful magic of creation, that divine spark, the death, the rebirth, the ascension that is truly stable and magical, and a time to let go of those things that don't serve you and to embrace that new energy that will truly show you how powerful you are. The 9th house, the house of wisdom and the house of knowledge. As Saturn travels through your 9th house, that which you believe may be coming to the test. What's true? What's real? What should you believe in? As Venus moves through here, she shows you that a holy belief of faith in the divine creation and in divine timing is possible as you open yourself up. And Saturn can be a container for this joyous time. It's where you finally find the truth and you finally look to spirit to guide you, whereas through a time of strength and stability and a faith that becomes unshakable. The 10th house, the house of your calling. As Saturn moves through your 10th house, there might be a fear of failure or even a fear of success. What are you supposed to be doing right now? As Venus moves through this energy, there's going to be a creative flash of inspiration, and you're going to be able to come up with that plan because Saturn is very structured. And so Saturn will be a container for that inspiration to become manifest, whatever it is that you're working on. And it's going to be outside of the box because you're in Aquarius energy right now. So whatever you do, it could be different, it could be strange, and it could be unusual. But don't worry about that. Saturn's going to help you bring that to fruition. So let go of your fears, become the master manifester from the heart of that spark of creation that is your divinity. The 11th house, the house of your soul tribe, the home of Aquarius, spirit, family. So as Saturn transits through your 11th house, you might feel an awkwardness, a loneliness, an inability to fit in. Where is my soul tribe? You might not fit into the soul tribe you think you were in before. So you might also have strict ideas for how friends should be. But as Venus moves through this space, she's going to help you to creatively expand your circle of friends. Be open to different types of people, different types of energy that move into your space. This is an opportunity for you to find that new community. It's going to be a time for you to let go of expectations. Don't worry about what others think of you because the universe is literally guiding you right now. The 12th house, the house of your dreams, and the house of the subconscious. Saturn moving through the 12th house. It's a time of sabbatical. It's a time of aloneness, but at the same time in Aquarius, which is the house of community. So be ready because there's many, many like you out there right now that are in that isolated space, that are feeling alone. As Venus moves in there, there's going to be an okay with aloneness. Feel into that aloneness. Feel how you can expand into that surrealism, that energy of the dream. The fantasy will eventually become reality. So take note of your dreams. Do dream work during this transit because your dreams, your spirit, your subconscious are trying to show you something. Okay, kids, that's the end of this video. I appreciate you all for sticking with me. Join the fellowship, follow me on Facebook, and I will see you on the full moon video. Namaste, my loves.